I think the guy named Cameron Mason from Pro Football Focus, Cameron Mason, no disrespect, and he was talking about a proposed trade to send Kayvon Thibodeaux to the Lions. I want to talk about it. So I ain't really follow him. This is where I eat my crow and take my accountability. I actually said that I thought they should have took Kayvon Thibodeaux. And in New York, he just ain't really been that guy. I think he had 11 and a half sacks. I know it was good, but that was in 2023. Last year, excuse me, I just feel the urge to do that. Last year in 2024, he only played, I think he said 12 games and had 5.5 sacks. I don't struggle with injury. We knew he struggled with injury coming into, last year. I loved him coming out of Oregon. I know injury was a thing. Explosive. You know what I'm saying? I think Aiden Hutchinson played less than 12 games to have 7.5 sacks. And obviously, Aiden Hutchinson was the correct pick. We talked about getting the other dude from Georgia that went above him. What's his name? Trayvon something that went to Jacksonville. And it came out that they picked him over Aiden Hutchinson because his arms was longer. Freak athlete though, but he's one of those guys that remind you of Isaiah Simons. Remember we was talking about drafting him some years ago, and I was like, nah, because I don't think Patricia and them would know how to use him. Well, nobody in the league know how to use him. If you ain't got no position in the league, you got none, especially defensively. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. If you ain't got no position in this league, you don't have none. That dude that went above Aiden Hutchinson, he's solid. But that's why I traded him last year. And, they trying to play him in all these different positions that it just ain't fitting. Isaiah Simmons, I got a trading card here somewhere somebody gave me. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere. But, yeah, it ain't really work. Freak athletes, but just can't, find a perfect position. And when they move them around the defense like that, it's hard. That's why playing tight end takes some time to get a couple years to get acclimated to. Yeah, that's why, because playing tight end, you got to, be a part of the offensive line. A lot of times you got to be, traditionally, you part of the backfield. Sometimes you in the backfield lead blocking. Sometimes you out wide. Sometimes you in the slot. You know what I'm saying? So you playing so many different positions. So they part of the O-line unit. They part of the receiving corps. Sometimes they part of the running backs. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a tough position to play for real. So, but they say nothing less than a day 2 pick. So second, third. I mean, the thing about it is, they have not yet to pick up his 5th-year option. Brian Daboll and the GM in New York is on the hot seat. When I entertain it, he on a rookie deal. You can instantly pick up that 5th-year option, have him for 2 years, not worry about paying him for 2 years. And if it work out, guess what? Cool, it work out. If it don't, move it. If I can trade a 3rd-round pick, get him, and get a number, 3 pick overall, then we'll see what we got. But I think, obviously, you have the infrastructure around him. You're probably going to draft the edge to go with him. So, I think with Josh Pascal, they picked up Al Muhammad. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. I love that. I love that guy. Glad they picked him up. You put him in there, with Aiden Hutchinson. Hopefully he get healthy. I'm trying to think about their ends. I'm just drawing a blank. Aiden. They brought the Muhammad guy back. Josh Pascal. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Whoever else they got. No disrespect. I just fucking forgot. I'm a Kayvon Thibodeaux. I'll do it. 3rd-round pick. Possibly even think about doing it in the 2nd round. I don't know much about the draft. I'm very ignorant about the draft. So, heard the Lions just leaning towards a dude from UCLA. Don't know shit about him. But yeah, honestly, yeah, why not? Why not pick up Kayvon? If it ain't cost you a lot, you got him under control. If you want him for 4, it won't be 4 years, but with the tag, you ain't gonna pay him that much money. But put him in there with Aiden Hutchinson, and see where it goes from there. You got a lot of young guys. You probably gonna draft a young edge, so you got him for 2 years for a solid salary. But what if he end up being a shit? Then you gotta pay him. What if he meet expectations but ain't like a superhuman? You know what I'm saying? What if he 8-sack guy? You paying him, you might not pay him 30, but you might pay him 15 to 20. I think you would take that at that point. So, at the end of the day, his athleticism and a change of scenery. You put him on that turf, you put him in a warm building, you put him in a running organization. It's like, yeah, I was listening to the Piston game last night, and Greg Kelser said something very interesting, right? He said, like, when you losing, It's like nothing can go right. When you losing, nothing can go right. But when you start winning, it's just like everything start going right. And that's real life shit right there. When you lose, you can't do nothing right. Like the Heat, they had lost 8 straight before they played the Pistons. You know, and you lose, you find ways to lose, and it challenges you as a man, as a team, it challenges you. It challenges you. It really do. It challenges you. It challenges your manhood. You know, it challenges you. So, I mean, that's real stuff. But yeah, it challenges you as a person. And it says a lot about your character. Excuse me too. So, I mean, but at the end of the day, sometimes you take a loser and you put them in a winning situation. Sometimes they bring a loser mentality when they've been around losing so long. Sometimes you take a loser and put them in a winning structure, they thrive. You know, I say this about the classroom too. I say this about the classroom all the time. You know, in the classroom, let's say you got 20 kids in the class. Let's say you got 30. I guarantee you got 3 or 4 kids in that classroom that could be scholars. But they might act out, they might not be engaged, they may not participate because you just got too much clutter in the room to really identify them. So that's you know, some words for wisdom. But yeah, I consider, but I'm a Kayvon Thibodeaux guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan. So yeah, I would love it. I think his speed, his power, his pass rush moves, I think putting him in this winning situation. You know, one thing that scares you obviously is the injuries. So, you know, but if I can get him, I would get him. I would get him. I don't think it's too much coaching up you got to do, but I think the Lions need to find, you know, solutions to their durability issues. Like, what are we not doing? Are we overworking them? Do we need to train our regimen? Do we need to, what can we do in the building? Burn some stage. So we feed them more arugula. You know what I'm saying? You know, what can we do? Are we overworking our guys? Are we not working hard enough? You know, do we need to go away from training camp and be somewhere where we conditioning our bodies, even though we can't practice as much, it's more strenuous. You know, maybe we need to pick up the camp and go in the depths of Georgia. Have these dudes training in the southern heat. Maybe we should go to Houston and have these dudes training in the Houston humidity. You know, but hey, I like it. Second or third round pick, I would do it. I know y'all gonna kill me in the comment section. I guarantee you it. But hey, hit the link in the hit the link in the description under find me everywhere. Hit the link tree. You can find my other platforms. You can find me on social media, the whole nine. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Peace.